Hey y'all, my name is Aireus and I'm a barista here on the culinary team in Atlanta, and today I'm going to show you how to taste coffee through a process called cupping. Cupping is a way to explore the flavors of coffee that often you will see here on the bag. And a lot of times people are really confused. I've gotten a lot of questions about what does it mean when a coffee says cola, vanilla, cherry, and sweet cinnamon. What is sweet cinnamon? I am here to show you guys and tell you guys what these all mean and how you can taste them and perceive them in the cup. Cupping is one example of what I call diaspora, which is the exploration of culture, memory, and flavor through food, beverage, and hospitality. In front of me, I have a scale, I have 3 cupping bowls, and I have 2 glasses to dump the grounds in and 1 to clean our cupping spoons. These cupping spoons are intentionally designed to have more depth, so we're allowed to slurp the coffee, which helps integrate some air into the palate and opens up the coffee to taste the flavors that are on the bag. So you'll need ideally 2 of these spoons. Any spoons will work, but cupping spoons do work best. Today we're going to be using a coffee from Black and White Roasters, which is co-founded by Lem Butler. Lem Butler was one of the first US barista champions in the United States, and I'm selecting their coffee to use in honor of Bold Force. And additionally, Anthony Ragler, a name some of you might know, is the Director of Sales and Tech for Black and White, and he actually helped open some of the Ohana floors here in London, New York, and Atlanta. Now that that guy's ready, I'm gonna weigh out 8 grams of coffee in these guys. I like to use a spoon because if we use our fingers, our oils and scents and fragrances from the lotion can disrupt the flavor of the coffee. So before I grind this coffee, I'm going to show you guys what your grind should look like. So just to showcase a little bit of that. Now there are going to be some finer particles there, but in general you can see those are pretty coarse, not quite cold brew, but definitely like leaning towards pour over. A little bit coarser than pour over for those of you guys that are familiar with that. Here we are. We have 8 grams of coffee in 3 different cups. Generally, if you're doing a cupping and you're using different coffees, you'd want to just purge a little bit. What that means is you'll just drop a couple coffee grounds in there to clean out any remaining residue, and then you would continue with the grinding of the coffee. So, now we do typically categorize flavor into 4 main categories. That's going to be salty, sweet, umami, and bitter. However, the fun thing about our olfactory senses, how we smell, is that smell actually contributes to about 80% of what we taste. Meaning the other 20% is those flavor modalities that is previously mentioned. And the reason why this is important is because flavor actually comes from our memories. Well, scents come from our memories. And this type of memory is called olfactory memory, and it's actually more reliable than general memory. When we taste coffee, a lot of people like to say, oh, I taste this, I taste sweet cinnamon. You're not tasting sweet cinnamon, you're reminded of sweet cinnamon. So when I do cuppings, I always try to make the verbiage very intentional and very sincere by saying, oh, you are reminded of cinnamon, you're reminded of vanilla, cola, and all these things on here. When you pour, you generally want to fill just below the lip of the cup you're using. The recommended protocol for cupping is about 150 milliliters to around 8.5 grams of coffee. So since we used 8, I am gonna go to about 150. And when you pour, I'll show you guys how to properly pour, but generally you wanna cover all the grounds and then just pour from a corner so you don't disturb the coffee bed. What that looks like might be this. So get all the grounds in there, make sure they're all wet, and once they're all wet, just pour from a corner. I'm gonna tilt my hand up just so it doesn't, there we go. 4 minutes have passed, and on this guy here you can see that something called a crust has formed. This crust, we're just gonna push it back, inhale, and smell. So technique for this is kind of interlock the spoons, push down just below the surface, push back, and give a nice big inhale. So this one is ready to be scooped. This is the hardest part of cupping, and coffee professionals everywhere struggle with this. There's a course called the Q Grader Arabica course, and it's essentially like a sommelier course or the W set, but for coffee. And I have seen people that have been in the industry for years fail to do this successfully. So if you struggle, don't you worry. And now we are ready to taste coffee. Cupping protocol is to fill your spoon a little bit under halfway, just about that much. And then you want to be obnoxious and slurp. The idea behind slurping is that you're integrating a lot of air and oxygen into the coffee, and it aerates it. And that allows you to enhances your palate, pulls the acids and everything over your whole palate, both back palate, top palate, and front palate. Allows you to taste everything a lot more clearly. So, one big slurp. Alternatively, you can spit out the coffee. I prefer not to. I like to have the coffee sit, taste it. And right now, since this is all the same coffee, I'm just evaluating for consistency across all 3 cups. Coffee has a really nice body. Really silky, really smooth, not too acidic. I get the vanilla. It definitely reminds me of vanilla. Getting some apricot, some cherry, kind of like maraschino cherry, more so than Luxardo. And there you have it. Thank y'all for joining me. If you have any questions or want to learn more, feel free to reach out to me over Slack, Instagram, LinkedIn, you know. And hopefully this will help you explore coffee and just apply it to other areas in life. So, thank you.